I'll be showing you guys how to play tennis. So let's go.
To do serve in tennis, all you need to do is just throw the ball upward 12 o'clock above your head, and the next thing is hitting the ball. After that, all you can do is hoping the ball lands in your opponent's court. The next one is forehand. As a left-handed player, I obviously hit the ball when the ball is at my left. I put my right foot at the front and left foot at the back to make myself comfortable during the hit. To do backhand, I do single backhand instead of double backhand. I use my right hand to hold the racket before the hit. As I am about to hit the ball, I release my right hand from the racket and use my left hand to hit the ball. Now this is forehand volley. Basically, you just need to stay close to the net and hit the ball. The next one is backhand volley. As usual, just stay close to the net, and when the ball comes to you, you just hit the ball and make it harder for the opponent to return the ball. Last but not least, overhead smash. When the ball is above your head, you simply hit the ball as hard as you can to make it difficult for the opponent to return the ball.
Hi guys, thank you for watching. That is all for strokes in tennis. See you soon.
Greetings, my name is Kavaraj Singh and I will be presenting on strategies in tennis game, singles and doubles. Since it is very difficult to go to an actual tennis court during this period, I have decided to improvise and present the strategies in this way. Firstly, starting with singles strategies. It is very important that our ground stroke has accuracy and consistency. We must be able to consistently target cross court on both our forehand and backhand sides. These ground strokes must be hit with depth, meaning the ball must go past the service line. By doing this, it keeps our opponent at the baseline and prevents him from returning to the center mark, meaning he is out of position. The next strategy is changing direction. For example, if we are engaged in a long cross-court rally with our opponent, and then we receive a short ball, we must be able to move forward and change the direction of the ball, meaning we hit the ball down the line. By doing this, we make our opponent need to run across the baseline to return our ball. If the opponent still manages to return the ball, we must continue moving forward to a central position in front of the net. By doing this, we can try and finish the point with a volley back cross court. The next strategy is we must always be offensive and move towards the net when the opponent is under pressure. For example, if we hit a deep ball pushing our opponent behind the baseline, we must not stay here but instead we must move forward. This allows us to put away the opponent's return with a volley. Next, for double strategies. In doubles, it is very important to return the ball to the correct opponent. If we are in a defensive position like this at the baseline, it is always better to hit the ball to the opponent that is further behind. For example, if one of the opponents is at the baseline while the other one is in front of the net, it is always better to hit the ball to the opponent that is at the baseline. It is way harder for the opponent at the baseline to put the ball away compared to the person in front of the net. However, if we are in an offensive position, it is the opposite. When we are in front of the net, it is always better to hit the ball to the opponent that is also in front of the net. This is because they have less time to react and we can also aim the ball at their feet. Now the next strategy is, if both the opponents are at the net, It is always a good idea to hit the ball down the middle. This is because it can create confusion between the two opponents if there are no communication between them. Lastly, if the opponent is serving and he is on his second serve, it is always a good idea to move forward and return the serve early and go straight to the net. This puts us in an offensive position and puts pressure on the opponents, allowing us to finish off the point quickly.
Hi, so I'm Muhammad Farid bin Masri. So today I'm going to demonstrate to you the rehabilitation exercise for shoulder pain. So shoulder pain is one of the most common injuries for tennis player. So shoulder pain is inflammation of the bursae, which is the sac of liquid between our bones here. So the sac will prevent the bones from colliding. So the cause of this injury is the overuse of shoulder. As we all know, tennis will use a lot of shoulder in service, in stroke and all, because we use a lot of hands, so we will tend to overuse our shoulder if we don't have good muscles here. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the rehabilitation exercise when you face this injury. So the first exercise is stick lift, where you need to find a stick, whether it's a broomstick. I took this broomstick. So you put your hand downward, and then you hold with both hands with your hand downward, and then you lift it up slowly, and then you hold it for 5 seconds, and then you slowly put it down back. So you need to repeat it for 10 times. So the second rehabilitation exercise is we need to exercise the muscle behind here. So behind here we have our shoulder blade. So we need to put our shoulder blade together. So we need to hold this for 6 seconds and repeat it for 8 to 12 times. So you need to do this exercise for about several weeks or more to heal your shoulder. So it is called rehabilitation because it takes time. So why do we do exercise at this part? Actually, the exercise will increase the production of muscle, and it will increase anti-inflammatory cytokines. So anti-inflammatory cytokines prevents inflammation from happening. Thus, it will reduce the pain and inflammation in the bursae, and it will cure your shoulder. So that's all.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good day. I'll be the coach Azri and all my teammates. So today I'm here again. I'm Wan Muhammad Ashwafi with Wan Muhammad Ibrahim. My metric number is 2509. So for today's video, I will not use any tennis racket and tennis ball. So for today's video, I would like to show you on how to get the best of technique for footwork in tennis. So before I proceed to the demonstration video, I would like to introduce you about a few questions that people always ask about the footwork in tennis. Based on the first question, what is footwork in tennis? So footwork in tennis, I can define that is how our feet work in the quick way to get a tennis ball. However, by having a good footwork in tennis, it also helps us to be more fast on the court and able to get more balls. Second question, how can we improve our tennis ability? Based on my experience, I found that on how to improve our tennis ability. For me, to improve the tennis ability, we have to do the footwork in tennis repeatedly. Besides that, we also can try to do the jumping rope. For me, jumping rope really help us to increase our tennis ability. It is because by doing the jumping rope, it also help us to make our leg become more powerful. And besides that, it also teach us on how to step quickly. Firstly, I do hope that my footwork in tennis will help all of you to become a good player, because for me, the footwork in tennis is very important. Besides that, we already know that during the current situation with the pandemic COVID-19, we know that the gym also closed, the court also closed, but there is no reason for us to not have a good footwork in tennis. We still can do the footwork in tennis while at home. For example, like as I show you in my video, I also do it at my hostel. So for me, there is no reason. Okay, we still can do the footwork in tennis while at home. Besides that, I recommend it to all of you to have a footwork in tennis about 3 times per week, because we need to do it repeatedly and frequently. Besides that, as long as we do it, we will improve it. So I think that's all from me, and I do hope we will meet in the next video. Thank you.